USF head coach Brian Gregory. Coach, if you can make an opening statement, and then we'll take questions.
I think, over the last couple games, you saw the Central Florida team that was picked to win the league. They played extremely well. We didn't play very well, and a lot had to do with what they did. But give them credit. They took. We didn't guard the post well. We didn't guard the dribble well. They hurt us on the glass. And then still, I thought a big kind of couple minute stretch was the last minute of the first half, where we got it into a workable number for us, and then gave up the 3 at the end of the half. And then the first play of the second half, we have the ball and really execute well and get a wide open 15-footer and miss it, and they go down and score on the other end. But give them credit. They outplayed us. We didn't, it's the first time all year we haven't responded as well as we have been. And we just didn't have any answers, so give them credit on that one.
Just talk about the matchup problems with Taco Fall tonight, how hard it was.
Yeah, we have freshmen starting on them is hard matchup, and then you bring in you got a sophomore guarding them, and then Antune guarding them. You can't let them get the ball deep, and you can't let them get the ball over the top of you, and they were able to do both those. And 9 for 21 isn't great, but it's better than he's been shooting from the free throw line. So give him credit. Obviously, he was a force, and I thought he was every bit as big a force on the defensive end as he was on the offensive end. You got to be able to get him on the move and drive and kick and make some plays, and we weren't able to do that tonight.
Coach, is this kind of a falling back to earth after you guys won 5 straight?
We got beat by a better team tonight, so I think we were always on earth, just playing better. We didn't play very well tonight, We're a good team. We're a competitive team. But tonight there was no question Central Florida was better than us, You take a look, Taco as a senior really responded well. B.J. Taylor as a senior really responded well. They're a veteran team that do not get out of sorts. They don't get out of sorts. They know who they are, and they know what they got to do, and everybody did exactly what they needed to do for them tonight. It's a credit to Johnny. It's a credit to the program that he's got going here, and it's credit to those upperclassmen. And you got to, all you can do is try to keep competing. Like I said, I thought we muddied it up enough at the end of the first half to get it within a workable number, because we've been in those situations before, but we just weren't ever able to get it over the hump.
Coach, that start to the game, very slow start. Is there any one thing you look at and point to as the reason?
Yeah, we weren't. I think obviously they scored, but I would say probably half their points. I don't have the full box in front of me, but we're probably on our turnovers, and they ended up with 19 points off turnovers. And that's too many, and then because we're very good defensively in the half court for the most part. We weren't as good tonight as we needed to be. But now when you turn the ball over, you're not setting up your half court defense. And we weren't able to get enough stops to get out and run. You saw a few times when we did and we ran, we had some success in that, and that's what you need to do. So really the whole thing, you got to get stops and rebounds, and then you got to take care of the ball. And even though 10 turnovers isn't a lot, they capitalized on every single one of them, and that's what good teams do. That's what good teams do.
Coach, this season, I think in your losses, they were by a 4.7 average margin. Was tonight a case of just running into a buzzsaw?
Yeah, they played well, and we didn't match that. You know what I mean? We didn't match. I would say it's the first time all year long, for lack of a better term, we laid an egg. But sometimes if you say that, you're discrediting what Central Florida did. They played really well. And we weren't able to match that tonight. We just weren't able to match it.
Coach, you didn't start, but he played most of the game. How's he feeling overall?
He played 20 minutes, 24 minutes. I mean, he seemed all right. A little rusty, obviously. Had a couple good looks at the basket that we could have used. 0 for 3 from the 3. I think all 3 of them were pretty open, But he gets 12 rebounds for us. So, you know, I think he's, you know, I wouldn't have played him if he wasn't cleared to play and ready to play. So, the good news is that he responded pretty well, just a little rusty on offense and a little, you know, because of the rehab and stuff like that, maybe not as much prep on the defensive end the last 2 days. So, there was some coverage errors as well, but that, you know, you got to kind of live with that. So hopefully 2 more days of rehab and recovery and getting back in the mix, he'll be able to play even a little better on Saturday, hopefully.
David Collins has the most experience in your program, and that's not even 2 full seasons. But tonight, he played like a senior, 20 points on 8 shot attempts.
Yeah, he was good, you know, and again, some you know, plays defensively that we need a better job from him, but he was, you know, he was good. Made some, you know, got fouled, got to the free throw line, 9 of 12 from the line. But again, too, in the first half, you know, it's a 12-point, 13-point game, and I know they've missed free throws, but we weren't very good at the free throw line, obviously, today either. And so when you're on the road playing against an NCAA tournament team, which Central Florida is, I don't think anybody can question that. You got to play better, and you got to do a lot of the little things. You got to make your free throws. You can't turn the ball over for, you know, pick sixes, as we call them, and that's what they got off it. So give them credit. It wasn't like we didn't do it because no one was out there. There was a team out there that was playing pretty darn good.
Anything else for Coach?
Josh, you got Temple coming up at home, another quality team. How important is it for you guys to bounce back and maybe not necessarily beat them, but play a little bit better than tonight?
Yeah, I mean, well, if you think about it, we've played pretty good. You know, we've played pretty good. And, you know, everybody would like the rebuild to be just, you know, on a straight line and everything's
Never is.
roses all the time. That ain't gonna happen. Not in this league. Because if you do in this league, if you do not play well, you will not win the game. You know, it is just the teams are good. All the teams are good. Even the teams that, like us, that weren't supposed to be good, are pretty darn good. And so if you do not play well, you won't be successful. We have to play very well on Saturday because Temple obviously is one of the top 4 teams in the league. You know, so we have to play well. So it's important that we bounce back and play with the energy level and the intensity and the toughness that we've kind of started to build our brand on a little bit.
Got anything else?
All right.